go. These girls are good to go.
So second outing for Thailand up here against Singapore. This could be the battle for third and fourth spot in their pool. And Singapore going down earlier to China, Thailand going down to Kazakhstan. So they're the front runners of Pool D. As they come bursting out onto beautiful, glorious sunshine here at Namdong Asiad Stadium. Into the centre spot for the huddle. Big question here is what improvements can these teams find from their first outing? There's Ai Yoshida from Japan. She's our referee.
Well, Boo's an interesting matchup here. And Thailand with the much improved passing and handling game, taking on Singapore. Main characteristic is the doggedly determined the Singaporean team. Early turnover though. And Thailand swoop on it. No way through there. Really have been working on their passing. They have the Thai side. Again, looking for space out wide. If they can just breach, they can't. It's good defence by Singapore, and it presses up again. Defensive intensity in many ways very similar to that of Thailand. Thailand, women have just got the ability to put on some very great shot, very clean shots. And there's a clean pair of heels to match it. Opening try for Thailand. 5-0 the score. It's a pretty good effort, really, wasn't it? Pick up and go from 40 metres out. And Laksina scores her opening try of the tournament. Conversion is good, 7-0. Great fend. Right in the face of the defender. No chance of bringing Laksina down. A fast finishing Thai player, a 7-point lead for Thailand and Singapore now. First real possession of the ball, disputed strongly though at the breakdown. Which way is this one going to fall? Thailand have got it. Terrific turnover. Laksina moves the ball away, looking for space. Thailand, space and pace if they can find it, and they get wide. For the line, all the way to the line. What a top finish. Very, very good 5-pointer from Thailand as they manage to turn the ball over on one side, use the width of the park and set away number 7, Chikchanok. Lovely draw and pass here from Wanari, and Chikchanok off to the races, sees off the final Singaporean defender, and 7 becomes 12. Conversion unsuccessful. Thailand off to a comfortable 2-try lead. Restart to come. So Singapore already on the back foot. 3 and a bit minutes into this first half, and Thailand pressed them down into the pocket again. Good play though. Singapore keeping the ball alive, playing fast, trying to get out of their own territory. Cut down, only 10 metres away from the uprights. Singapore still moving it, almost shoveling it, but they've got their idea. They've got to move this Thai defence around. It's up. The call is up. There's an arm around the neck there. Maybe a little bit unlucky, but turnover. Thailand win the ball again. They're creating some superb pressure. You would have seen just there a highlight of the difference in attacking modes, particularly on defence. They really do attack, the Thailand players, when they're on defence. They're all after the body, they're after the legs. They really want to bring down the ball carrier. Very distinctive part of their play. Loopy old ball out of the back of the ruck. Vanari on the workaround. The show. Oh, takes off for the corner. Thanapon sets it up nicely now. Thailand knocking hard on the door again. Looking for the space. Can Singapore hold them out? Chichinuk takes on 3. Finally brought to the ground. Wanari sizing up her options. Ghosting around. By which you can take a knock for a young lady. Tackle, they've got a release, they have. A little bit slow though, turned over in the end. Good work by Singapore. That's that determination we're talking about. Might have been turned over again, Thailand. So who's got the last bit of energy just before the half? Will we see another score? Good fan, good strength. From 14, Luxina, the try scorer. She offloads. And it's Jutamas. Try scorer for Thailand. They increase their lead. 17 points to 0 with the kick to come. And they'll be sucking in some big lungs here at the moment. And why not? There's a massive phase of play. And sevens. Luxina doing great work there to keep the ball alive. They literally had to win that ball back a couple of times, I think, Thailand, to make that try. Conversion successful, 19 points, 2-0, and still time to play in this first half against Singapore. Monterey at the ready.
7.
And some changes getting rung in now late in the first half. There's Monterey. He starts well taken. Back over the shoulder by the Singaporean team. Now they find some space. Gets shut down pretty quickly by Thailand. The defensive shape's pretty good, as you can see. A dart on the outside, brought to an end though by Utumapon. And now Thailand with the ball. Running the attack again. Great work by Eunice Chu to make the tackle for Singapore, but they keep coming. Luxina for her second. Luxina, can she get clear? She does get clear. All the way to the line, and Thailand rack up 24 unanswered points in the opening half with the kick to come. Oh, they're playing with real confidence, Thailand. Real poise on both sides of the ball. Decision making and passing and handling has been, well, it's been evident they've been put in some great work since we've seen them last, and that's a top try to Thailand. Half time has blown. And at the half-time break, a comfortable lead for Thailand, 24-0 over Singapore. And poor old Singapore, well, they feel like haven't quite seen the ball yet. Maybe they will get to see it in the second half, but at the moment, Thailand on a roll and going along beautifully. Opening game today, they just went down in the end, but they were able to keep a good performance together, and it looks like they've carried that form through. Poor old Singapore, well, they've copped the brunt of the Thai reprisal after the first round. Up next on the draw, Pool D game, it'll be China taking on Kazakhstan. And what will be a very, very interesting game. Kazakhstan a little bit slow to start, but once they got going, were able to just keep on marching. China, on the other hand, well, they got away from the blocks like an absolute rocket. 61 points to 0. It's not often you see points racked up like that in sevens, men's or women's. Coming up after that, Sri Lanka will be taking on Malaysia in Pool C, and Japan play Hong Kong to round out the Pool C games of the day. Then we drift back to the men's draw. Well, there'll be some real shots fired as we close out the day with Japan versus Sri Lanka. Coming up in there around 5:15, 5:16. If you're a fan of Hong Kong or the Volcanoes from the Philippines, it'll be a big game for you. Hong Kong versus the Philippines, 5:16 this afternoon, live from here, Nam Dong Asiad Stadium in the Asia Rugby 7 Series. As Thailand and Singapore start the second half of their second game, and right round the outside they go, shoot through two, lobs it back on the inside. Thais still have the ball. Strong defence though, met physically though by Singapore, and Thailand trying to move the ball to space again. Some nice sleight of hand from Thailand. Go back to the space again, into space. I don't think there's one defender to beat. The draw and pass, and Wanari takes it all the way to the black dot as Eunice Chu comes in to just remind it, you better score. And Wanari Michok has to run and score, has to turn around and kick all the goals as well. Didn't quite nail that one, never mind. Just good play by Thailand in the end. There really is down to the basic handling skills of this team, and it's improved remarkably in the last 12 months. They've opened up the entire paddock now. The consistency of passing between all the players has really, really improved. I can't state it enough. Skills development has been great. Restart from Wanari. Taken deep. All down to the 22 at least. You can sort of see the difference between the passing of the two teams. Great tackle. Flying in. Who is this assassin? Number 5. Ratanaporn. My word, she's come off the bench and nailed the first two people she's seen. Indiscriminate fire. That's unbelievable stuff. And she's a real mighty mouse as well. There's not much on this girl. She was happy to fly into a few people then. Maybe looking to check that number if I was from Singapore and figuring out what truck just hit me. $29 points to 0. Thailand after a good performance against Kazakhstan. Continuing their curve, Singapore Well, they were made to basically stand still and watch against China. Be interested to see where Singapore and Malaysia match off at. Slowly getting the, there we go, bit of quantity surveying being done. There's the mark, there's the mark. Come to the mark. We're finally ready. Yeah, early push from Thailand. Concedes the ball. Chu moves it on, and Singapore now go looking for some space of their own. The Thailand team rev up the motor and come running after them. That's the only problem when you're playing these Thai sides. Look at the tackles going in here. They're pretty definite. They're only making one to the tackle. They might commit two to the breakdown, but it's not often seen. Singapore having a devil of a time trying to get through. Here's Chu. Shows it twice. Gets clobbered out wide, but unloads well. That's a great run by Chu. Thailand backed up to their own half. Good advance by Singapore. Samantha Teo. More one-handed carries. It's dangerous play. It's good on camera though. Turnover by Thailand. Easy to execute. A pick and go. And we've got wheels out wide. We may well do. Shut the gate. It's a 5-pointer coming up for Thailand. Thanachapon, and then Thailand take it to 34 points to 0. Well, they kept it cool in defence. Pressured on Singapore. To their credit, probably had their best phase of the game, working way out of their own half. But in the end, they came up short. Thailand swooped. Look at that, good turnover. And they're just able to operate at a good tempo. One that's probably a bit hard for, or clearly too hard, for Singapore to hang on to. And Thanachapon strides in for a fine try. 34 points to 0. Thailand leading Singapore as some substitutions are made on the Singaporean side. Good opportunity to get some minutes into the squad. Regardless of the situation, every player's trains to play. You just want to get out there and do your bit. Singapore, they float the ball in front of their 22. It's a dangerous place to be doing it. They need to get some space. What about that? Clobbering tackle. Thailand take the ball again, presented well. Moved beautifully. They're going to catch them out wide if these passes stick. Look at that, step into that. That's great work from Tidarat. I think we remember Tidarat from last season, and I don't know what they've been feeding her, but she's grown quite a bit. And Thailand, Wanati shapes it up, shows it, floats it, steps it, goes through. Great setup play by Wanati. It's open on the short side. They go wide. Good passing is what they need. Ratanaporn off to the sticks. And Thailand put another one into Singapore. 34 becomes 39. And there's still time left on the clock. In this game, a tremendous performance by the Kingdom of Thailand. Tidarat makes it 2 more. And they go drifting into the 40s now. Ratanaporn. Easy run to the line, really. Once she was through the traffic, he just went through the gears. And off they go again. And Singapore salvage a score out of this 14-minute break. I don't think they can at the moment. They do manage to shut down the attack on that side. They go for a quick play. It's Not going to work. They'll have to bring it back. So Thailand get one more shot at the ball. Even though the hooter sounds, Singapore, well, they deserve to finish on nothing. Well, you've got to be able to breach the line. Let's see what they've got. Singapore. The work around off the line out. Through the line they go. Well done. Thailand reassemble their defensive shape. They start coming up. It's a hard job to get through there. Tampon. There's the error. There's the whistle. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is a pretty good performance by Thailand as they take out Singapore 41 points to 0. They bounce back from an early loss in the day and reassert themselves as contenders and a team that can put some genuine pressure on the likes of Hong Kong, who's clearly in a rebuild phase. Tremendous work by Thailand. And good to watch, some good skills.